What did Gina say? Shout out Caleb. Shout out DeadSec. Shout out Misery. Forearm Mars. Was good, everybody. L Gina. What did Gina say? Are they talking shit on No Jumper? Huh? Because I know they have a whole bunch of shit going down. Oh god. I gotta stop cussing on stream and in videos, bro. Because YouTube is like, for some reason, really cracking down on cursing, and in the chat too. So like a ton of my videos are just getting demonetized for no reason. I'm not getting I'm not getting strikes, but it's just like, it's just taking down on my videos. So anyway, let's see. What is No Jumper Clips saying? They talking trash? It feels so weird to like be PG. I think
because that was a wild thing for me to
speaks on because they're having a drama with Flacco. Regardless, whatever. I don't care, man. Who done did it? Who done did it? Who done did it? What I was talking about was King Carson's tweet where he's talking about, he's like, he's threatening the leakers. Yo, you gonna be 6 feet deep if you leaking my music. It's like, bro, we know you're the one doing it. What are you talking about? You trying to delete yourself? I mean, is Ken Carson turning into an emo rapper? Because that's what it sounds like right now. Because there's in 4, 5, however many lost files. You're telling me Ken has not been involved in the leaking or at least giving the songs to an archive page any of the times? You're telling me? Nah, bruh. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the tweet. So yesterday we actually reacted to with my boy ZY. Tell me if you liked him, by the way. I thought it was great having another person on here, getting a more normie perspective, you know, on this underground music. Because, I mean, he knew about Yeat, which was kind of cool. Just seeing, like, I don't know. I don't talk to, everybody I talk to outside, like, they are not in this at all. They don't even listen to rap. But anyway, Ken Carson says leaking songs can get you gone. That was a bars. Yeah, he's acting like his team ain't leaking this, because we all know when you leak your music, and so many rappers behind the scenes have admitted to me that they leak it, they'll like give it to an archive page. I've even interviewed rappers where they say this on stream. Not really interview, but like talk to them on stream, and they've said it like, yeah, we'll just dish it to a archive page because it gets the hype up, and plus maybe you can't clear something, or maybe it's just a throwaway, something that you wouldn't want to necessarily release professionally, or you know what I'm talking about, like put a marketing budget behind it and whatnot. So you just leak it, and it'll get you clout. And Ken Carson, it seems as though like he's got momentum with his whole X-Men thing going. So he's a project guy. I don't even know if he really drops singles. And that seems to be like the whole opium way. And that's how you get, that's how you monetize too. Because if you're going to get some fans, you might as well get 20 streams out of them at least, rather than just one single stream. Come on, people. But yeah, so he's saying, essentially insinuating that he didn't leak it. Maybe it's just like a, what is it called? Like a diversion. He's just, this is a fake reverse, making y'all think that he ain't leak it so it doesn't get corny. Because it is like, if you know that a rapper is leaking their own music, then it can be corny. Because it's like, why don't you just, you're trying to be Carti, or you're trying to be Uzi. That's probably what people are saying, or will get to the point of saying if they find out and continue to think that you did it. Yeah, Ken is self-snitching. He's basically SpongeBob, bro. He might as well change his name to Weenie Hut Jr. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully he doesn't come at me. Summrs hit me up after that one stream we did where we were talking about how he had that the story where he's like, I'm with your fave YouTube girl. And so I made that, I posted a clip and it was like, Summrs stole my girl. By the way, that got demonetized too for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we showed Summrs shirtless and maybe they thought it was, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, he DM'd me. It's like, yo, people saying I wasn't talking about your girl, bro. But then I just let him know. We all good. Okay. So we talk about Ken. Now, there was another discussion going on. Let me find it. It was about Lucki, I believe. Lucki put his opinion out on Twitter in the comparison of Yeat versus Playboi Carti, because some people, Underground Sound, look, I mess with them, but they do be saying some wild takes. Wild. I know they do it on purpose because it's like for engagement and whatnot, or maybe they completely agree with these. I don't know. Is Yeat better than Playboi Carti? A debate we need to start having in 2023. Oh my God. Bruh. And the thing is, there were some people in the replies that were actually believing this. Like, you have to be a new gen. I don't even like that word because it just sounds corny, but yeah, you gotta be born after 2000 to believe this. There's no way. Yeat will be solidified after one more album. I agree with you for sure. I think if he gets one more album and it's really good and like he beats his last sales of 2 Alive at 34K and he gets like 50, 60, if he gets 100, that's getting publicized everywhere. But come on. Yeat wouldn't be here, and I'm not trying to diss. Yeat would not be here if Playboi Carti did not make a whole lot of red. Because I'd say the one person that capitalized, and I'm not trying to say he bit or whatever, it's just the way that things go. The one artist that capitalized off of the whole lot of red beats, and I know Yeat morphed it into his own thing, and now he got his own producers, and he has his own sound now. But like when War and War 2 came out or whatever, I think it was, it was Alive, I think, that just dropped like 2020. Yeat was rapping on the whole lot of red beats. Like when everybody was trying to get me on to him, when he still had like 15K followers on IG, I was like, yo, this just sounds like a whole lot of red. What are you talking about? It's cool, but like it just sounds like a whole lot of red. But then it just kept picking up. And then up to me, he kind of like found his route. But come on, look, I tweeted this a couple weeks ago. I said, like, what did I say? That it's not necessarily a hot take for Yeat to be close to Playboi Carti. Like, it's a debate that they're close status wise. Now, I still think Carti is the GOAT. I still think he's way bigger than Yeat, but I'm just saying there is an argument to be had based on the numbers, because if we go back to that streaming sheet in the last year, Yeat technically streams more than Playboi Carti. Granted, and everybody's gonna get pissed at me for saying that. Granted, Carti hasn't dropped an album in over 2 years, and Yeat has dropped like 3, 4 or some. I'm not gonna say the cuss word because I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, so like it's kind of unfair, and I get that. I'm just saying a dumb person would bring that up, so therefore, like, it would be less controversial than it would have been. It's just crazy the growth that Yeat has progressed through the last like 2 years. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, Lucki's take on it. I love Yeat, but y'all are idiots, bro. Hell no. Facts. Based. Lucki is based. He continues. Every time he drops, he's talking about Carti, he gonna have to take a break because he gotta come up with something new. It's his own curse from being a trendsetter. As we've discussed, Carti can't just drop all willy-nilly every couple of months like everybody else. Yes, it might not make as much money because, you know, the more albums you drop, the more money. Like, that's why Uzi and Trippy, they all running up. Technically, they might have made more money in music than Carti, just because they have more songs. If you look at their total streams, they have more. But if we're talking about influence, I still think that Uzi be killing it. I'm not trying to compare them, but just in general, Carti still got hella influence just because every time he does release music, it's more of just a numbers game. It's like a feeling, like a culture. That's why when he came back to social media, I said like he revitalized the hip hop Twitter, because everybody was just, I don't know, it was just dead. Like, sure, there were people dropping, underground dropping, whatever, but ever since Yeat blew up, like, there hasn't really been anything going on. Jack Harlow dropped, like, all the regular people dropped, like Gunna, Future, Drake, whatever. That's cool, it's cool. But, like, nothing surprise, you know what I mean? Uzi works for his hits. I'm not saying, I'm not saying anything bad about Uzi, don't worry. But that's why, and we all know Carti, every time he drops, everybody, like, if you go on YouTube, watch this. When you go on YouTube for the next 6 months after Carti drops Narcissist, Music, whatever it ends up being called, it's gonna be Playboy Carti type beat everywhere. Your recommendation feed is literally going to be flooding with Playboy Carti type beats / whatever grunge or wave he's on. He might even do Pink or something, and it's just gonna be all pink thumbnails. Pink, like Hello Kitty is the title of the type beat, or frog kissing princess. You know what I'm saying? So he's dropping soon. I'm just saying. Regardless, Lucki, great take. This went viral for a reason, because we gotta put respect where it's due. Carti created a lot of these rappers, and I don't think that they would even argue with that fact. No, sir. I'm gonna put it right here. Playboy Carti, if Carti wasn't here, Yeat wouldn't be here. Okay? Sorry. Carti created the wave. Yeat got on her surfboard and started getting 10 toes down on it. Pause. And that's why he's here. Now he's hard. Again, pause. And he might have figured out his own way. He's a hard worker. He seems like he knows how to market his music and actually make music. Like, he records all the time. If there was somebody else, like if Carti didn't exist, maybe it would have been Uzi, because he did get the Uzi features. But maybe there's a reason that Carti ain't give him the feature yet. Know what I'm saying? Yeat meat riders are gonna be mad. Yeah, look, I'm a Yeat fan. Y'all know I like Yeat. I'm just trying to be. I give the good and the bad. We gotta be honest here. So somebody's gonna be mad at me, and no matter what I say, because I'm not just gonna sit here. Like, I have my biases. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you straight up, like, Carti and Uzi are one of my favorite are my favorite rappers. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna argue with somebody being like, yo, they're better than Drake, because I don't have any leeway here. I don't have any ammo to argue with them and be like, well, where do they beat them in any way? Influence? Well, Drake low-key made everybody sing on the beat, get all emotional. Now, there were probably people before that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, before that, before Drake came in, nobody was really mixing R&B with rap. Feel me? So show us the sigil tat. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all can't say I'm not a Yeat fan. Although this isn't Yeat's sigil. This is just mine. I made my own. And ever since, I got demons sleeping in my bed with me. Not my girl. I kicked her out. It's just me and the demons. I impregnated them so that they can, I don't know, bought my YouTube streams. Speaking of, let's see. What else we got on the agenda? Oh. We were talking about Uzi, Carti, Ken, Yeat, whatever. Well, you would think that since Playboi Carti signed Ken Carson, right? You'd be like, okay, like, what's the next step? Carti gonna give Ken Carson a feature. Or Destroy Lonely, because he's also signed to Opium. Or whatever else. Like that's, or maybe they'll feature on his project, swap. Maybe he posts him on Instagram or something. But no. I don't think we've seen many pictures of Destroy Lonely with Playboi Carti, if I recall. Or there's only like one that exists with him and Ken. Or like two, I think. There's one in the mirror, and then there's one, I don't know, Ken or Carti's like in a whole vamp outfit. But regardless, so Uzi, there is a picture that exists of Uzi and Ken Carson, but now there is also a song or a snippet, and apparently it's real because they hacked Uzi's hard drive or something. I don't know. So this is a huge look for Ken, if you ask me. And again, it is crazy that Ken has a collab that surfaces with Uzi before Carti. How does that happen? Uzi needs to start getting on his, you know what, demonetization, and start signing people and give him the clout before it runs out. And I'm not saying, you know, Uzi's a legend, he's a GOAT, but come on, start signing people. Stop, you know, working with Sofago, Yeat, Ken, and not getting the bag off of it. Am I wrong? Carti ain't even give his artist a feature. At least that we know. I mean, they have worked. We know that for a fact. But it hasn't leaked or surfaced. But Uzi just giving hella clout, and Carti didn't. Carti or Ken didn't even have to pay for the feature. It's just, that's what we say. Like with Whole Lotta Ray and Eternal Take, the hype was built off of the leaks hype. It's all marketing. That's why we were talking about how, you know, Ken didn't leak his project, right? Because it would look weird if he did. The lost files. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he didn't. But yeah. So Ken gets all of the clout from Uzi without even paying. That's all I'm saying. But here's the snippet. It's like botched, basically. It's hard to even hear. Let me go to the beginning real quick. Come on, buddy. That's all we got. That's crazy. I think what happened was they listened to the Ken part just to prove that it was Ken and Uzi, and then they scrolled forward on the file, and then it went to Uzi for 5 seconds. And that's a way, now that everybody's starting to post it, they're probably going to sell it at one point in a group buy. The Uzi fans, they've been going hard lately. There's been a lot of Uzi leaks and group buys. So whoever's leaking these things, hit me up. Like, I'm trying to get a percentage for promoting these things, man. Not actually, but you know, like, you know, I wouldn't hate it if you got cut in the deal, bruh. Ken coming for me, Bob. Pause, bro. What? Pause. He's coming for me. Nah, I'm actually not scared of any rappers, because what are they gonna do? Like, I'm not saying I'm a public figure, because I'm not. Like, well, I got fucking YouTube subscribers. I'm not like a celebrity, but like, I'm in this space, right? So if anything were to happen to me in a public beef with a rapper, like 911, they're getting called on that person. I'm not trying to say I'm a snitch, because I wouldn't do anything, but I'm just saying, like, the internet is like an encyclopedia for the FBI. What if anybody does anything to me, they're gonna know who it was. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel untouchable, basically. We invincible out here. We Superman. I'm gonna bite a fucking bullet. What if Jaleel wanted to beef? Jaleel ain't beefing with me. He's a nice guy. He's nicer than me. feel like I'm a nice guy. I know I be trolling on the internet, but when I meet them in person, they know that I'm, you know, I'm not, nothing is serious. I don't got any ops. We'll see, I guess, when we go to the Hyperpop Daily basketball thing, tournament. If anything happens to me, because there's going to be a bunch of rappers, so. But I feel like the rappers who are going to that, like, they're not the ones who are actually mean, you know? Like, they're not the ones that are going to be beefing with, like, actual weapons. These are the ones that actually care about their fans and whatnot. And I don't know. Like, there's a dark side of rap, and then there's a more happy, light side. The dark side is definitely not coming because they're, like, sipping lean, chilling at the crib. Like, they're too rare. And, like, you know, to each their own, because they're usually the more clouded ones that don't come to these events. You know, like, you're not going to see Carti pop out to one of these things ever because he's just, like, he's doing whatever. He's too mysterious. Do I fuck with DC the Don? Yeah. We actually listened to one of his songs yesterday on SoundCloud. Whatever he just dropped, I actually liked it a lot. Would I go to a Yeat show? Only if it's backstage. I'm not going to any of these shows if I'm not invited, like, by that person. That's like a risk too. Like, we were talking about how I feel invincible with the rappers, but the fans, man, some of these people who are, maybe I trolled someone too hard. The fan might be some school shooter who just takes me out relentlessly. And nobody's going to know who that person is, so I'm not invincible to them. I just got the rapper's kryptonite. You know? I'm not going to snitch. Chill. Do I still train? I've actually stopped training recently. Well, I still weightlift, of course, but yeah, I stopped training like jujitsu, which is what I was doing for a while, because there's not really a good gym down here in Miami. But once I find one, yeah. I also need to get a car so I can drive to places. I missed the whole tax write-off this year. I might buy something this year, like I don't know, a G-Wagon or something. I know I'm gonna buy a crib, but I need to buy a G-Wagon or maybe even just a Jeep. I don't know if I want to flex that hard with a G-Wagon just yet. But so I can, like, drive to jiu-jitsu or, like, basketball at the beach, whatever. Why do I look like Dave? I actually get that a lot. That I look like Dave Portnoy. Let's look at a picture of him, actually. Y'all tell me. I wouldn't even mind looking like Dave Portnoy because he owns Barstool. Let's check this out. Dave Portnoy, net worth 100 mil, bruh. And usually these net worth things online are wrong. Like, they're lower than what they really are. So 100 million, bro, I'm taking it. Looking like Dave Portnoy. Yeah, I hope so. Are you kidding me? And plus, I try to tell this to people all the time. As a man, your value is not into what you look like. You just have to hit a certain standard. Like, you gotta be a 6, right? And you can reach being a 6 just by taking care of yourself, going to the gym, you know, washing your face, maybe shaving your beard, which I need to do, definitely getting a nice haircut, maybe just basic clothes. And then you gotta have money and personality. You might not even need the money, to be honest. You just gotta act like you have money. But yeah, but girls, their value a lot of times is seen in their appearance. So they're screwed. Basically, you know, if they're ugly chicks, I feel bad for ugly chicks in Miami. I see them outside. I'm like, yo, they're in like yoga pants looking all dumpy. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, somebody needs to apologize to you because your life sucks. Sorry. Don't talk down to use like you're like a 10. Bro, I don't think I'm a 10 at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, I think the whole point of this is me saying I actually don't even care because I know I hit a certain threshold, and then it doesn't even matter what you look like. Someone's saying Carti posted. You're lying. Actually, you might not. Somebody just sent me something. 1 sec. Hold up with that. It wasn't Carti posting though. They're saying someone's in the hospital. No, I was texting my team. Chill. So are we gaslighting Bob? Yes. That's exactly what we're doing. I wasn't even looking. I swear. Someone said like Baby Santana is in the hospital. Tracky said that. And I was like, do we need to post that? He's probably in there for eating too many animal crackers or something. He's probably doing fine. Let's see. It looks like he got pillows on his chest, maybe. I don't know. Talk about Summrs. Also, Jay, I'll address you. We'll address trolls here. They said get a real job. Bruh. What do you think this laptop's for? My real job. My corporate job. So get a real job. I got one. Pays insurance, matches 401k. Suck my dick. Suck it. Talk about Summrs and Jace. Okay, whatever. People are saying Summrs and Jace have apparently reconciled their beef. I don't know how, because like didn't Jace snitch? Like he gave up Summrs' name, bro. So how do you come back from that? Maybe just Summrs is a forgiving guy. I have no idea. But Summrs was in his new Maybach listening to some Jace music. And then I think a fan hit him up and was like, yo, what? Why are you listening to Jace? Are y'all cool? And he said, ... we cool or something. Let me just pull it up because we need more context. Because we need to analyze every single character. Right here. Here's the thing. Up here, that story in the Maybach, listen to Jace. You and Jace cool again, a fan says. Actually, they said Agayan. You and Jace cool again? If so, I'm glad to see it. 2023, new year, new everyone for real. LMAO, yeah, ... laughing. I don't know if they're actually cool. Summrs probably need. What do y'all think? I mean, y'all tell me. I don't know. He trolling. That's what I'm saying. He said yeah ... as in like, yeah, we cool. No, they're not cool. Maybe he was trying to flex on Jace because he was in his Maybach listening to music. And then like that was it was like a sub, right? Listen to his music. I'm in my God, it's so sad I can't cuss on YouTube anymore. I'm in my Maybach, and Jace is probably, I think he has a white BMW or something, but it might have gotten confiscated, or maybe he can't leave the house still because he's on house arrest or something. He still got the Band-Aid on his ankle. But yeah, I don't think that they're cool. He ended his beef with Isaiah TG. I saw that. That don't even matter though. Like all the beefs that Jace might be involved in, they might, like, there's still room for reconciliation, if you will. But Summrs, like, you snitched on him. I don't know if he can forgive you for that, because that's playing with someone's life. Like that's the one thing that you're not supposed to do. Especially when Jace in the paperwork was the one ringing off the shots. Now, I think in that situation, it was like Summrs' beef with a kid that like they were trying to scare or something. But Jace was the one that escalated the situation to the point where the police had to get called, because if you shoot a bullet in the air, of course the police are going to get called, because people looking out the window like, oh my God, what is going on? So again, I don't know if you can reconcile a beef between someone who snitched on you. I know sure as hell I wouldn't. Now, I might be cool with them, as in like, you know, I don't hold grudges against people because we all make mistakes and learn, but like, he's definitely not gonna be friends with him after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have people who do things to you and they say they apologize and they really meant it, or at least you perceived it that way. But it's not like y'all are hanging out, going to dinner every night. You know? And then Can. I'd like to see what Can has to say, but he's probably trying to get disassociated with all of that. Can just does his own thing. He playing GTA on stream. Jace was at the wrong place. He should have been at home cleaning his 5.56. Nah. He was using the 5.56. He ruined his chances of being mainstream by ratting. Well, again, look, if we go to his numbers, let's just do it. I think he's chilling. Like, he just has a knack for getting hits. Like, he got that new Bend song, right? Where is it? Bend. Look, almost 1 mil in 2 months, and that's like pretty organic, I'd say. He's like an underground young boy, as we always say, because I actually think he has catchier music than Youngboy, but that's just my taste personally. But he just drops hella music on YouTube. The thing is, though, Youngboy still drops more. He needs to get those numbers up. He needs to start going to the bathroom and shaking one out. Jace more popping than Summrs? I don't know about that, bro. Summrs just has become more of a... He's not mainstream, but he's moving more like a mainstream artist than Jace is, whereas Jace drops more frequently. It's just like how Youngboy does not move like a mainstream rapper, even though he's one of the most mainstream. Like, he's outstreaming everybody. If we're talking total numbers, I'm not talking like average per song. But let's check their SoundCloud numbers. So their most recent song, it's really not even fair. Okay, 23 days, 100K. Like, if we go to Summrs, he probably hasn't dropped anything since the album, because the next song that he's gonna drop is probably gonna be a single for the upcoming album with 10K projects that's gonna get hella push. So it's Fallen in Love. 3 months ago, 451K. So that's pretty good. All of these songs are from Fallen Raven. But see, he's not even promoting his SoundCloud anymore at this point. Whereas Jace drops on SoundCloud and YouTube first, and then if the song goes up, like numbers wise, then he starts putting on all major DSPs. Whereas Summrs, he was like looking at his Apple Music and Spotify album rankings for the week, which, I mean, that's how you make the money. They have higher payouts. So that's what I would do too if I was him. Is Glock 40 getting out soon? That is a good question. I don't know. Do you think Perk 97 put K-Suave on the map, or was it constant trippy features? It was definitely trippy. Definitely trippy. I think K-Suave needs to... I actually really love his album. He needs to do something bigger. Like, they need to start his mainstream rollout. I feel like it's been enough time. Like, he's kind of hit that cap for what they're doing with the trippy features. He's doing well for himself. He's getting money. Like, apparently he was paying like $20,000 rent for a house per month in Miami. Not Miami, actually more North Florida. I was like, bro, you wasting hella money. $20,000. What are you doing? But hey, that's just a bunch of empty bedrooms, you know? Like, what's the point of that? I guess for all of his little thoughts that he's slaying. But it's been all independent basically. And Trippy doesn't take any money from the features, or even though he's signed to his label without paperwork, Trippy doesn't take any of that revenue, allegedly. They're just waiting to get like 10K or when the 1400 label is set up. But that's been like literally years. So I don't know what they're doing. You know? Anyway, what time is it? It's 10:30. Your boy's tired. Your boy's gonna go. I got work in the morning. I gotta go to sleep. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, of course. More streams to come. I'm gonna try and stream in New York with a bunch of rappers, not just vlogs. I'm trying to do everything. So stay tuned. Let me know who you want out of this Hyperpop Daily basketball tournament. DM me it. I think there's DC the Don. Maybe we can have like a little rekindling of like what happened between us. Why did y'all say Baba Lamb K on your Instagram story? Just because I said I didn't like one album? Maybe some 1v1s after the basketball tournament, even though I don't do cardio normally, so I'll probably be like this, like just zooted. But yeah, I got you. I'll stream tomorrow. All right. Peace out, guys. Nothing.